Hey, nangyari na ba sa'yo yung pagbukas mo ng IG or Facebook, pagkatingin mo sa stories ng iba, parang ganda na kagad, ang ganda na ng buhay nila. Kasal na, may kotse na, may bahay na, or even better career. Pero meanwhile ikaw, you're just trying to survive every Monday, trying to survive every week. So if you ever feel like everyone has their instruction manual already in life except you, then this episode is for you. Yung mga kabatch mo before, nung high school or nung college, kita mo, nagta-travel na. I mean, hindi lang basta travel, like, on a regular basis. And let's say, for example, once or twice a month, di ba? Tapos, parang ang saya lang nila lagi sa stories nila, sa my day nila. Tapos, yung nga, yung iba ni apelido, meanwhile ikaw, di ba? You're just trying to survive every day. Still trying to figure out kung ano yung purpose mo in life. Medyo takot ka na baka nagpe-pretend ka lang all this time that you already got it. Na alam mo yun na you yourself is already mature enough. Alam mo yun. Na you're good basically. Na pag kinamusta ka ng ibang tao, sabihin mo lang lagi na, oh naman, okay naman ako. Ganun, di ba? And but then when you're alone, sasabihin mo na maybe I'm not good enough. Like, did I waste my life? Di ba? Kumbaga parang bakit ganito yung buhay ko kumpara sa ibang tao? And worst pa is yung feeling mo, naubusan ka na ng oras. Naubusan ka na ng... Kumbaga yung pressure, nararamdaman mo na yung pressure sa likod mo. Diba? Kasama pa yung magulang natin na eventually, kukulitin na tayo na, kailan ka ba mag-aasawa? Kailan ka magpapamilya? Si ganito, ganyan na. Ayan na. Kino-compare ka na sa relatives mo. Diba? Yun yung isa sa mga masakit dun eh. Yung, naman for sure, our parents just wants always what's best for us, diba? Pero for sure din, hindi nila na-realize na minsan masakit yung mga ganun, na nararamdaman nga natin yung pressure, diba? Kaya yan, sakit talaga yung ano eh, diba? Sakit talaga yung SOCMED eh. Kaya nakikita mo yung iba, and who knows, it could be also you watching right now, diba? Yung iba na nagde-deactivate ng account, nagde-detox. Kasi hindi nila kaya yung pressure eh. Diba? Yung iba ang dami na may pagmamayabang. Diba? Yung iba parang um, parang ang dami laging successful na nangyayari sa buhay nila. Ang daming very proud moments sa kanila. Diba? And ayan, yun na nga yung sakit ng SOCMED, diba? Everyone's posting their highlights. Everyone is always just posting their wins. 'Di ba? Wala namang nagpo-post doon ng mga talo nila eh, ng paghihirap nila, 'di ba? Walang nagpo-post doon ng na kailangan nila ng utang, walang nagpo-post doon na problemado sila. Walang nagpo-post doon na nag-iisa lang sila, 'di ba? Everyone always seems to be happy kasi they don't want to be judged, 'di ba? You don't want to be judged. I don't want to be judged by other people, 'di ba? Na parang what is anong point? What is the gain if I post my losses, 'di ba? Baka mamaya sobrang judge pa sa akin ng ibang tao, iwanan nila ako, like they won't like me anymore, 'di ba? That's one of the worst case scenario. That's why we don't post our losses. Kaya ayan, malakas talaga yung feeling ng comparison, 'di ba? When we're in social media, 'di ba? Everyone says that just be active there, share your life, pero they don't see what's happening behind the scenes of someone that is, alam mo yun, not yet there in life. Kasi instead of being, alam mo yun, instead of having gratitude, being satisfied with their life, mas nangunguna yung comparison, di ba? Mas nagiging hard tayo with ourselves. Kasi nga, ano ba, yun nga nakikita natin sa post ng mga ibang tao on Sokmed, di ba? Ako sobrang nakaka-relate ako sa ganitong feeling. Kasi I'm already 27 years old and I mean, I know I have something to be proud of, which is having my own place ngayon, already having a good amount of followers on social media. Pero at the end of the day, alam mo yun, wala pa naman ako sariling bahay, wala pa akong sariling kotse. So, I know what you feel. And I'm still on the grind, I'm still on the hustle. And hindi ko alam eh. Hindi ko alam kung kailan magte-take effect yung hard work ko ngayon. Mas malala pa yung before I met Jesus, yung I feel like kahit ma-reach ko yung top someday, I feel like purposeless pa rin yung buhay ko. Like, I would only be just living for myself. That was worse. But thank God, I finally met Jesus and alam mo yun, mas gumaan lahat. But yeah, aside from that, yun nga, nakikita ko nga, like I said, yung mga friends ko, established na in life. Some of the people I respect, di ba? And, ayun lang. Parang, puro what ifs lang ba? What ifs yung umaano sa utak ko. And lately nga lang din eh, yung tatay ko, for the first time, nag-ano na rin siya, parang pinush na niya ako na, I mean, hindi naman push, pero nag-bring up na siya ng topic about sa kung kailan na ako mag-aasawa, ganun. Kasi parang na-feel niya na, nakita nga niya sa current state ko ngayon na ako lang mag-isa gumagawa ng lahat. So, syempre, being concerned, sinabi niya na mag-asawa na ako, ganun-ganun, para may katuwang ako sa mga bagay-bagay. Tapos, syempre ako parang shinrag off ko lang kasi wala eh. Ano bang magagawa ko, di ba? Ano magagawa ko if I have certain standards for someone to be my partner? Di ba? I don't want to rush things. You don't want to rush things into a relationship, di ba? So, ayun. Ano pa ba? Maybe yung tapos ayun na nga yung feeling na tapos ayun na nga ito pa yung gusto kong madami mapuntahang lugar intentionally, okay, hindi ako yung gala na tao, hindi ako yung how do you call this, spontaneous. Ayun, hindi ako yung spontaneous na tao, pero I still want to go outdoors, still want to go outside, travel, alam mo yun, more on yung paggagala na intentional. That's the type of person I am. So, ayun. As long as planado, okay lang yung lakad, okay lang yung paggala. So, syempre hindi ko siya magawa minsan. I mean, most of the time, I'm not able to do it. Like, usually malalapit lang ng lugar kasi I have my dog here. I have Cash. And, yeah, I don't want to leave him here for more than a day. That would, di ba? Hindi naman that wouldn't be responsible for someone that has a dog or has a pet, di ba? And syempre nakakaramdam ako ng insecurity when I see other people, you know, having already assets in their life, di ba? Like, alam kong they wouldn't have any problems when they spend something for themselves or for others. Ako, I have to think about it, di ba? I have to be wise about it with how I spend my money. And whenever I have those kind of thoughts, nakakapagod eh. Alam mo yun? Always having to belittle yourself. Always having to think na mangyayari, nagagana ba to? Kagana ba tong ginagawa ko eventually? Will this pay off? And kung magpe-pay off man, kailan ba? Nakakapagod eh. Nakakapagod na I'm always having to put pressure on myself. And yun nga yung worst eh. Tayo pa yung nagpuput ng pressure sa sarili natin. Meanwhile, ibang tao, wala naman. Goods naman sila. Wala naman nagpa-pressure talaga sa'yo constantly. Di ba? Sino bang pinaka-constantly nagpa-pressure sa sarili natin? Kundi tayo lang naman, di ba? So, buti na lang eventually na-gets ko na everyone has their own timeline. Yung ibang tao nag-peak na at their 20s. Yung ibang tao nag-peak at their 40s, 30s, Who knows, diba? And just to remind you, okay? Yung mga nakikita mo on the internet, yung mga batang successful na agad, may yaman na agad, those are just like 1% of the population. Diba? They are not the average. They're not on the average scale. So why do we compare ourselves to them? Just know na God will always, always have a reason as to why hindi pa niya binibigay sa'yo yung prayers mo. Like your needs or wants in life. Diba? Everything about Him is intentional. Hindi niya basta lang ibibigay sa'yo yan. Kasi one of the examples as to why He still isn't blessing you with the things that you want is because probably, or most likely, hindi ka pa ready para hawakan yun. Diba? Maybe hindi ka pa, alam mo yun, mature enough to handle it. Maybe that girl that I want in life, it is, or maybe that partner that I want in life, I'm still not capable of taking care of that partner. Or maybe I'm not yet, maybe madami pa akong kailangan gawin in this life, in this timeline. Diba? In 2 to 3 years, I don't know, whatever God has plans for me. Kasi imagine mo naman, if alam na natin yung gagawin sa future natin, then what's the point of having faith in God? Diba? What's the point of trusting in Him when we already know what's next? What's the point of faith? So ayun, nung nag-iba na yung mindset ko about things, nung eventually I realized na nonsense or walang kwenta yung pagda-down ko lagi sa sarili ko. Kasi yun nga, ako lang naman yung gumagawa nun eh. So what I did was, I stopped comparing myself to other people. Alam mo yun, whenever I see someone doing great in life, instead of being insecure, clap for them, di ba? Be happy that they're in a good state right now, di ba? Kasi you'll never know or kung hanggang kailan lang nila mahawakan yung magandang bagay that they just flexed on social media, on everyone else, di ba? So, at the moment that they're winning in life, clap for them. Kasi it's their turn, di ba? God gave them the turn, and most likely, they did something that made them deserve it. So, clap for them. Kasi eventually, it will be your turn din, di ba? And, when we're so focused on the future, when we're so focused on controlling everything in our life, dun tayo mas nag-overwhelm eh. Which is very unhealthy. Tinatry nating, alam mo yun, kontrolin lahat when what we have right now is only one day. Yun lang yung kaya natin kontrolin ngayon. Yung araw natin ngayon. Kung ano yung iniisip natin ngayon. Kung ano yung pwede natin gawin ngayon. Ngayon nagising tayo, ngayon nabuhay tayo. Ngayon na healthy tayo. All the famous people in the Bible, all the notable characters in the Bible, every one of them waited. And none of them were blessed by God in an instant. And as soon as they prayed for something, Lord, I want to have this, binigay kagad ni Lord. No. They waited for a long, long time. Diba? May basa kanila na they only started feeling their purpose nung mga 100 years old na sila. Alam mo yun? Parang I don't remember any notable character na binless agad ni Lord at a very young age. I mean, alam mo yun na, they started doing their purpose at a very young age, di ba? Unless it's Jesus. Pero the rest were, alam mo yun, they were tested by God. They had to prove that they're worthy of whatever they were praying for, whatever that they wanted to have in life. And yeah. So waiting wasn't actually punishment. It was just preparation. It was just a preparation for you to, to take care of that blessing that God will eventually give you. So if I'm going to give you an advice on what exactly to do, so you stop comparing yourself to other people, for you to start, lightening the load from your shoulder. Okay? First is, of course, first and foremost, know God. Okay? Not just know Him, actually have a relationship with Him. Because He will always be the one that you can lean on whenever things get too heavy. Whenever your friends and family are not around you, di ba? Kasi let's accept the truth. Di sila palagi nandyan for us. Kasi even them, they all also have their own silent battles that they currently have, di ba? Not all the time they'll be ready to comfort you. Not all the time they'll be ready to make you smile, to keep you laughing, di ba? So when you're all alone, it's no one else but you and God. It's just between the two of you. So if you don't know how to communicate with God and how to talk to Him, then you should recalibrate your faith. Okay? So that's the first thing. Next is always celebrate your small wins no matter what. Okay? Kasi those small wins will eventually, will eventually grow, will eventually pile up, and yun yung maglilid sa'yo into the kind of success or into the kind of person that you want to be someday. Diba? So, stack mo lang sila brick by brick. And never ever, diba? Never ever compare yourself to others. Like I said earlier, everyone has their own timeline. May kanya-kanya tayong oras. So, just take care of your body and maintain your faith to God. You'll be good, diba? Be ready when the opportunity strikes. Okay? Kasi you'll never know when God will be testing you. Kasi isipin niya na, okay, tignan ko nga tong anak ko. Kung kaya na niya, sige nga. Boom. Okay, di pa niya kaya, wag muna. Okay, next week na lang. Or next month. Or next year. Or who knows? Who knows whatever the Father's will is, di ba? And another step, stop scrolling too much. Alam mo yun? If you already feel like you're having negative thoughts, negative feelings, shrug it off agad. Alam mo yun? Bitawan mo agad yung phone mo and start talking positive. Start saying positive things about yourself. Kasi when we're too fixated on other people's lives, doon na tayo naguguluhan eh. Alam mo yun? Doon na natin wini-wish na sana ganyan din yung buhay ko. When you didn't know that you actually have a good life. You have a roof on your head. May kinakain ka today. May kakainin ka ulit later. May grocery ka. Alam mo yun? Kasi when we start comparing ourselves to others, yun nga, nawawala na nga yung gratitude. Nawawala na sa yung appreciation with what you have, with what God had gave you. Never knowing that some other people might have been also thinking about having the life that you have. Diba? And next is always, and last is, it relates with the previous advice that I have, which is keep showing up. Diba? The best ability is availability. Kasi anong point ng talent mo, anong point ng skills mo, if wala ka din naman for the opportunity. Anong point ng pagiging magaling mo, anong point ng pagiging the best mo, if hindi ka naman reliable, di ba? So wala din. So if you're feeling left behind today, I want to say this to you directly na you will have your time. You will have your moment. Di mo alam nakapila ka lang. Di mo alam nakapila ka na pala sa, alam mo yun, sa mga taong that will get there someday. That will be successful someday. That will be happy someday. Okay? And by the term happy, stop having this goal of being happy someday. Kasi kapag ang goal mo is maging masaya, then that wouldn't be consistent, right? Kasi being happy is an emotion. And yung emotions natin come and goes, right? Not all the time we're happy. So ang hirap mag-hold on to a single emotion, di ba? I'd say just choose to be always appreciative in life. No matter what the season is, alam mo yun, if it's ups or downs, learn to be grateful with what you have. Kasi that will make you humble eh. That will make God proud of you when you're humble, diba? When you're actually always taking care of whatever that He has given you. Kasi when we're too much of ourselves, kapag masyado na tayo na-consume ng pride natin, then Alam mo yun, we become too confident. We become too neglectful of the things that we currently have. Kasi we're already thinking ahead. Thinking ahead na makukuha ko naman to. So, iwanan ko muna tong meron ako ngayon. When pwede mo pa naman gamitin ko ano yung meron ko ngayon. Diba? Kumbaga parang yung phone mo, it's still working. It still does its job. Okay? Maganda pa naman. Pero you're already thinking of getting that new phone. Upgrading that new phone when you don't need it yet, di ba? And who knows, you don't really want it that bad yet, di ba? You just have this feeling of, alam mo yun, you just have this feeling of, kaya ko naman. So I hope you picked up something in this video, okay? And if I'm going to leave you something that I want you to think of always, di ba? The biggest mistake isn't moving slowly. It's quitting when someone else is moving faster. Diba? Like, just because nasa second place ka, naunahan ka na, like, hindi ka na first place, doesn't mean that you already have to quit the race. Like, sige nga, pumili ka. Second place ka o nasa last ka? Diba? Like, you don't have to quit. You just have to keep on going on, step by step. Diba? Sabi nga ni Lord you have to put faith in me. You have to put your faith on me. You don't have to see, you don't have to see the whole path. You just have to, take each step through His words, through His guidance. Diba? Take baby steps lang. Take single steps, diba? Step by step lang, basically. And I'm not sure if you've already taken this in. God's timing is never wrong. It is always perfect. And walang ibang nagsasabi na, Lord, grabe naman yung timing mo, pangit. No. Never ka makarinig ng ganun sa tao. They will always say, if they've humbled themselves enough, they will always say na, Lord, thank you because I needed this. I mean, regardless kung ano pa yung nangyari na yun, whether it was a win or lose, if you're humble enough, you would still be grateful to Him. Alam mo yun? You would still be appreciative. Kasi kung panalo ka, then most likely you know for yourself that, alam mo yun, God prepared you for it. But if not, then most likely God is still working on you. God is still working on you to be deserving to actually have that kind of thing someday. So, you got this. Kaya mo yan. Focus ka lang with what you have today and be excited for the future. Be optimistic.